Hi guys, welcome back. I want to show you something, okay? And I'll explain it at the end and why I feel the way I feel. But I want you to hear it from Adam Aaron, two trades in this interview, and then I'll show you what it really is.
The second part of your question was, what do I think about Robinhood's announcement that they're buying Say Technologies? We obviously had no knowledge of that until it was announced. I guess was it Tuesday they announced it? And I must say we were quite shocked to learn of that. If you had asked me until the Robinhood announcement what I thought of the Say Technologies experiment that we tried on Monday, I thought it was great. I thought it was wonderful that we got questions from our shareholders, that there was a way to determine which questions had the most interest amongst our shareholders, and that we could answer them. But so that, as you know, so that we could verify that those were real shareholders asking the questions, there was some disclosure that you had to make as to who your brokerage firm was and how many shares you owned and the like. And honestly, I just don't think it's appropriate for us to ask our shareholders to tell Robinhood what brokerage firm they're doing business with and how many shares they own. So unless we can get some absolute ironclad assurance that there's some enormous wall between the information that Say Technologies gets and what Robinhood gets, I can't see us doing it again. Now, I can see us answering questions from our retail shareholders again, but I can't see us using the Say Technologies platform if there's any fear that it would be compromised because it's now, after Monday, connected to Robinhood, which Monday it wasn't connected to Robinhood, to our knowledge.
You've got a great pulse on the community, Adam. I think where a lot of people were concerned is Robinhood was tied up with a lot of the problems, financial problems and sort of, I would go as far as to say, corruption that took place between January and now. So it's good to know that you've been paying attention to that stuff and have the same sentiment that the majority do, because ultimately I think everybody's safety and their information is important. And I think the parties that, certain people are affiliated with is also important. So that's,
Before you move on, I want to be really clear. Number one, what you just said came from your mouth, not from mine.
Absolutely. I don't speak for Adam.
I don't want to make any comment at all about Robinhood as a company. I don't want to make any comment at all about corruption. It's not appropriate for me as the CEO of AMC to be talking about those things publicly. But I do think I have my finger on the pulse of what our shareholders think. And now you can move on to your next question.
Absolutely.
I don't have a next question. I just want people to know the truth. And here's the truth. If you look at this entry here, okay, and it's going to tell you, and this all stems from the fact that Robinhood bought out Say Technologies the day after the annual shareholders meeting. I'm talking about the next day. And if you read here, Say Technologies, right here, Say Technologies, was backed by .72 Ventures, among other investors. Guys, here's the problem that you're going to have. Well, and that's all part of the sale if you guys don't know about it. Robinhood buys Say Technologies for $140 million to improve shareholder company relations. And who did they buy it from? .72. And who are we doing business with? .72. And why does that matter? Well, you know why it matters. Certainly if you're involved with GameStop. Guys, listen, the Phantom of the Opera, the Wizard of Oz, all of it. They want you to believe that AMC is the problem. And I'm trying to tell you what it was. I've been trying to show you for years and years. GameStop is your problem. And to fix the game, .72 and Citadel bailed out Melvin Capital in the heat of the moment. They in turn put pressure on Robinhood to halt all trading. They used AMC as the long for their short. I've made this video before plenty of times. It is the hedge to what GameStop was for about a year and a half, almost 2 years, up until they came out with Project Popcorn and everything else they want to do take money from retail. That's you guys, all you AMC investors. But for us GameStop guys, understand how this correlates to your investment. I'm a big fundamental guy. I look at the balance sheet, and this is why I love GameStop. But I'm going to tell you something. The fact that he was in a deal with 0.72 to manipulate investors to give them their info, and then in turn say, I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened. Robinhood bought him out. You think they did a $140 million deal the next day? You think they didn't know about this? You're crazy. And 0.72, well, that's Steve Cohen, not to be confused with Ryan Cohen. And what did Steve Cohen do? Only help bail out Melvin Capital about $4 billion when they were upside down in the moment against GameStop. Guys, they're doing it to you. They're manipulating you with every stock they can, whether it be AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, Mullen Automotive, Tupperware, you name it. And there's still only one problem out here. And it's GameStop. And I'm going to keep buying the shares every day of the week. Peace.